Hey, good news. You don't have to hear a lecture about Ionone, no hour-long discussion of the blood warrant, no talk about ADM 18 for my state police friends, and for my Boston colleagues, I won't go into Rule 304. John Sophie here. My message is simple. I'm retiring, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you do and for allowing me to help you do it. 41 years I've been associated with the criminal justice system as a prosecutor, a defense attorney, a consultant, a teacher, a trainer. It's really been a joy for me. It's been the privilege of my life. And LED, I don't know if you know this, but Law Enforcement Dimensions began 32 years ago in 1994. And I'm really glad that we stayed Massachusetts focused. We really wanted to be targeted, specific, and relevant to this world that you know of Commonwealth law enforcement. And we did it in two ways. We did training for the street at every level, right? For recruits, maybe a couple of weeks into the academy, for veterans during in-service training, for specialists. We had different programs, whether it was juvenile or detective or on topical issues like guns and marijuana and bias and the like. And yeah, for supervisors and for commanders. And we also did it with promotional support. And if you're listening to me and I was able to contribute to you making rank, great, right? I often say, right, if you help somebody get promoted, you have a friend for life. And I hope that's been true for you. I've never been confused about my role. I didn't have the battering ram when you executed the search warrant. I'm not pulling over cars at 1 a.m. I wasn't in the living room with the distraught family when you had to arrest somebody because of a domestic violence incident. You've done that. You've done that service with ethics, with grace, with compassion. And yeah, you've done it at some risk to your safety. And I'm glad that I was able to help you. For me, the greatest compliment were those times you called me on the phone, you sent me an email, or maybe you came up to me during a break at a training, or you pulled me aside in the parking lot in the back of the police station. Usually they began with, hey, John, this happened to me last Friday night. What do you think? Or some of us were arguing about exit orders. Or maybe it was, I don't like how you teach, exit orders. Here's what I've been doing. Or, John, what do you think about this? Or maybe it was, we really could use a class on this issue. It was that interaction, that chance to problem solve with you in real time. That was really, that was the best part of my job. So one of the things that I definitely want you to know, I'm sure you know this about any organization, Law Enforcement Dimensions was never just me. Over the years, I've had a lot of talented staff, and I've been able to collaborate with many of you on different kinds of trainings and projects and commissions. But I do have to mention one person that's been with me all the way, and that's my wife, who you affectionately know as Soph. And if you've ever read our books and you've said, wow, that's really helpful, that's really clear, you can thank Soph. She's been the masterful editor and organizer of all of the things that we've done at Law Enforcement Dimensions. And let's face it, if you've been married, right? You have the same argument with your spouse over and over again. And ours was always, I would say, it's clear, it's good. And she would say, it could be better. And I would sit down and you know this too, right? She was always right. And I would come back to her later and say, yeah, it's so much better now. This is perfect. Well, you may say, now what, John? I will really miss Law Enforcement Dimensions. I will miss being immersed in policing and the criminal justice system. But it's time. Uh, Maybe my golf will get a little bit better. I know that my walks with our little dog, Athena, will certainly be longer. I can't imagine not staying involved in some way with law enforcement. So if you see me around, don't be surprised. But what I wanted to make sure that I said to all of you is what an honor and a privilege it's been to work with you and to support you in what you do. Whatever happens, I will always remember fondly your service, definitely your good humor, and your professional and ethical commitment. Thank you.